going to explain baby sleep using houseplants. So if you have a baby at the moment or you're expecting a baby, and especially if you are struggling with sleep, this is going to make so much sense. Now, I love houseplants. I have a lot of them around the house. Most of them are happy, some not so much. We're going to see an example of that in a second. So here we have what's called a Zanzibar gem. I have no idea what the botanical name is. I think they're called ZZ plants in some other parts of the world. This is a houseplant that thrives on neglect. Like, this little one lives in our bathroom. It's dark in there and it rarely gets watered. I watered it last week, but I don't think I'd watered it for like 2 months before that. It's never been pruned. It's never been fertilized. It's never been repotted, but it's still happy and healthy. This plant is the equivalent of a baby who is a good sleeper. It doesn't really matter what you do. You can put it in a nice, well-lit spot and water it every month on the dot and fertilize it and prune it and repot it every now and then, but it doesn't matter if you don't do those things. On the other hand, we have my poor suffering watermelon peperonia, which was once a really nice plant, now not so good. These are beautiful plants, but they're a bugger to take care of. They need really specific conditions and a lot of support, a lot of specific support to grow and flourish. But when they do flourish, they look amazing, like something like this. This kind of plant reminds me of my baby when it came to sleep. He needed quite a lot of help to fall asleep and to sleep well. What I find quite interesting is that a lot of the time, parents who have one of these babies or a couple of these babies think that their baby sleeps really well because of what they did, when in fact they just have a really easy baby. If you had a whole house full of these Zanzibar gems, you'd be like, oh, I must be pretty good at taking care of houseplants because I have like a whole house full of amazing houseplants. They clearly haven't had one of these. If you have one of these, but you're comparing yourself to parents who have one of those, you're going to think, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? What they're doing is working for them, but when I do it with my baby, it just doesn't work. I'm just really crap when it comes to helping my baby sleep well. But just like these plants, they're two very different babies. When it comes to babies and sleep, there's a lot of it that's not in our control. Genetics and temperament have a significant impact on how a baby sleeps, how much sleep they need, what their sleep pattern looks like, their sleep quality, and their preferences when it comes to sleep and settling. The good news is that if you have one of these babies, you can help them to sleep well, to fall asleep quickly, and to sleep soundly. You just have to do it in a way that works for them. This is something I help parents with every day, so if you need more support, go and check out my stuff and make sure you grab my free guide.